And so in a galvanic cell setup like this, where we can't just physically move nickel ions from one side to the other, what we have to do is we have to react the nickel ions up and turn nickel ions into nickel atoms on the side where we want to decrease the concentration.
Knowing stuff is important, but knowing that you're knowing stuff is important. And so the process of learning, I think, is very empowering and it's very good for students' confidence. Them learning that they can learn, that they can actually learn to understand new ideas and find a context for those ideas.
What makes Dave an amazing teacher is his ability to inspire you to find your own path. And it's not just about inspiring to learn his content, but figuring out where you fit in everything and going on and pursuing where you are in the world.
He has a very user-friendly kind of style. And I think that it makes him approachable to the students, and that's really important when you're one of 2,000 students in a first year class. You want to have someone teaching you who's approachable, who's able to explain the material that you're trying to come to terms with in a way that you can understand and get to grips with.
We've got students who are very, very strong in chemistry and students who are very, very weak in chemistry, and we have students from all over the world from different cultural backgrounds, and we have older students. It's very diverse. So it's very difficult to try and meet everybody actively lecture by lecture by lecture. So what I tend to do is try and, rather than teach everything to everyone, is to try and create an environment where students feel that they can come and talk to me if they need the help. Right? And so as students come into the lectures, I have jazz playing. That partly is to get me in the mood, but also it sets a nice, relaxed environment in the lecture theatre. I like to be there early so the students can come and ask me questions before the lecture if they want. And it's about being accessible, I think. So the more they feel like I'm not scary and they can come and ask me questions, then the more, if they're having particular issues, they can come and we can sort it out sort of in a one-on-one or small group tutorial sort of basis.
He takes time at the start of each lecture to get everyone up to speed with where they need to be. So that might be taking 30 seconds to 2 minutes just to explain this is everything you need to know about these concepts, and then once everyone's on the same board, he then takes you on the journey to learn the new content. So it really helps students not get left behind.
He is very good at communicating quite complicated things in very, very simple and realistic ways. Chemistry is one of those sciences where it's sort of in the nether realm that doesn't really exist, and he's really good at linking it back to the real world.
But you've got to have a connection, right? And so you can explain the properties of gases, and you can explain the properties of solutions and why, if you have a certain amount of solutness in water, it changes the boiling point. You can do that, and you can make it all mathy, or you can talk about making jam, which is what I do. And so I have slides up of me making jam at home and then use that as a context to explain. And for chemistry, it's easy. The connections are everywhere. You've just got to want to take the time to find the best way to have the best example to match what it is you're trying to talk about.